Welcome to the Disneyville podcast, episode 14.
This one.
This is
the one.
This.
I have been excited about this since July. I don't care what anyone says.
I am not mentally in the Halloween spirit yet, and so when Jessica was like, we got to do this, I'm like, yeah, we'll do it in like a month. She's like, no, we're doing it now.
Well, because by the time we film it, it gets edited and it finally goes up. I want it to be earlier on in the season versus later on. Because I am someone that I may get excited early on, but by the time Halloween actually comes around, I'm over it. Gee, I don't know why that happens.
We went to Costco yesterday, and it is already switched over to Christmas. I know nobody's surprised by this, but I was
But there weren't even like any Halloween things.
Like, we are 2 months out from
weird.
Halloween, and we're already at Christmas decorations. It's nuts.
I think I'd be more forgiving if they had Christmas in addition to the Halloween, but there were literally like a little bit of costumes left, and all of the decor was put away.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It's September. The day we're filming is September like 12th or something. So It just seems crazy that it's already...
I know.
It's gone.
What are you going to do? Also, we thought about it. We totally should have done this for our last episode, though, because that was episode 13. It would have been perfect to do.
Unlucky number 13.
Mickey's Not So Scary
I'm realizing we have not said what this episode is about. You may already know by the title. We are talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2023, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, slash just also last year, because there's only been a couple of changes. We went last year.
Mm-hmm.
We have vlogs on that if you want to check them out on Tyler's channel. But beyond that, I was doing a lot of investigating this morning, and it seems that there have been a couple changes, but nothing wildly different.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I think we went when you and I were just dating. Mm-hmm. Maybe we had just gotten married. Mm-hmm. We went when Genevieve was a baby, and then we went last year with my mom and my brother.
And then the girls, yep.
So we've been 3 times, right?
I think so.
That's crazy.
And we've also done like what they had like a Cruella's after hour. I knew I wouldn't be able to say this. Cruella's after hour like hideaway thing where you could like eat all you could eat at a Tony's Town Square. All you can drink. Watch the parade from there. It was Cruella like walked around and messed with you. It was so much fun. Yeah. They stopped doing it when, everything closed down for a while. And I have no idea if they're eventually going to bring that back or something similar. That was really cool.
That was so fun.
Yeah. So
Cruella's Hideaway. Ole.
Okay.
Is that Pajama Game? What is that? Fernando's Hideaway.
No, that's I almost said Pajama Game again. The newer one. Sutton Foster's in it. I mean, it's not that new now. It's like 15, 20 years old. There was the narrator. Oh my God. Drowsy Chaperone.
No. That's from an old musical. I think it's either Bye Bye Birdie or Pajama Game.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. We just lost all of you. Okay. Someone knows. Please let us know.
What are you thinking of from Drowsy Chaperone? Now I'm curious.
Well, I don't know. I don't know it well enough.
Anyway.
All right.
So let's do our mugshots, actually.
Yeah.
So I'll start. So I have a Haunted Mansion mug. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see it's got all it's like what's that design? It's like the cutesy almost design.
I think there's a certain artist that works with Disney a lot. And
I think so, yeah. Does it say on here?
Dangerous.
No, it does not. But anyway, so it's got like all the different. It's got like the tombstones. It's got the hat or the 3 hitchhiking ghosts. It's got all kinds of stuff on there.
Hatbox Ghost is there too.
And then you have a Halloween one as well.
Yeah, mine is truly a Boo to You one. I'm sure I bought. I think I might have bought last year. Although this feels like one I've had for a while, but it's got Mickey as a vampire with his little fangs. It's pretty cute.
We're also both wearing our appropriate shirts.
That's right. I don't even know where I got this. I know it was a small shop. I don't think it was on Etsy, but I cannot remember. If you know what shop this is from, let me know. But it's got all different like Halloween, Disney icons.
Nice. Mine has
Ghost,
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And I also, because I was like, the back of it's the coolest part. So I took a little video of the back of it. So if you're watching, you can see me doing like a squat. So you can see the back of the shirt. But apparently it glows in the dark. I've never actually worn it in the dark. But apparently it glows in the dark, which I think is kind of cool.
We got to wear it in the dark, baby.
I know.
All right. Well, let's talk about Mickey's Not So Scary. So we'll kind of do a couple logistical things just for this year, if you're curious, and then we're just going to go into it. So this year it runs from August 11th through November 1st. So it's been going on already for a month, which is wild.
Crazy.
Talk about early. That's pretty early. But you can get in as soon as 4 p.m. So you don't have to make a park reservation for this. Mm-hmm. And you can get in at 4 p.m. A lot of people, like, I was kind of watching some tips and tricks of, like, reminding myself, because I feel like in the moment I remember these things, but it's been a year, A lot of them recommend getting there at, like, 3 or 3:30 and waiting in line so that you can get in and really make the most of the money you're paying, because it is pricey.
It's expensive. Yeah. I mean, it's as expensive, if not more so, on some dates than a park ticket. And so that was always my recommendation for clients. Like, if you're going for, say, you have 5 full days do 4 days of park tickets and do this on your off day, because you're still going to get like half a day in the park. So you can spend the first half at the resorts or Disney Springs or whatever. Then at 4, get to Magic Kingdom so that you can have basically half
all
a day
the way till
there.
midnight. Yeah.
And then once 7 o'clock rolls around, you just start walking onto rides and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely worth it. We'll get into all that. But definitely get the most out of your ticket. But don't use a park ticket on that day if you can avoid it.
Yeah, because you wouldn't need one for this.
Unless you were to be there beginning of the day all the way through the end.
Yeah, that's a long day though.
Yeah.
But no, that's such a good idea. Do like a resort pool day or Downtown Disney day. And then, Disney Springs. Yes, I know it's called Disney Springs, guys. So one of my favorite things about this is that most people come in costume. And we've actually only come in costume one time. And it was this most recent time. We did like a group outfit, you know what I mean, theme. It was all Cinderella based. Genevieve was Cinderella.
Yeah.
Felicity was the pumpkin, that turns into the carriage. And then you were Prince Charming.
Yeah. I hated that costume so much.
Well, no, you looked very, very handsome in it. But what was wrong with it, Tyler?
The pants kept falling down and the shirt kept riding up, and it was the most ridiculous thing. I kept feeling a breeze, and I'm like, oh, there's my belly button showing again. And I kept having to it was a nightmare. And Gigi wanted me to hold her on my, put her on my shoulder. So I'm walking around, my pants are falling down. I'm trying to pull them up.
Shirt's riding up, pants riding down. Just all belly button all day long.
So much belly button.
You titled that vlog something like Belly Button in the Breeze. It was such a funny title. I was rewatching bits of that this morning and just cracking up.
Oh, yeah.
I told you to try on the darn costume before we left, and you didn't.
Did I not? I don't even remember.
You didn't.
It would have made a difference. I wasn't going to buy it.
I would have just safety pinned you shut.
Yeah, maybe.
Leave it open in the back. So you can go to the bathroom. Sorry, guys.
You thought that was way too funny.
It's just Tyler's belly button. It makes me laugh. All right. Now I gotta really hold it together.
You and Jason were the ugly stepsisters.
Excuse me, the beautiful stepsisters. Yeah, we were Anastasia and Drizella.
That's it. Yeah,
Tremaine.
And then my mom was the fairy
the most
godmother,
perfect fairy godmother you've ever seen.
Yeah, she's always talked about wanting to do that, and then she got the costume, and it was perfect.
She should just literally wear that every year for Halloween when she hands out candy. It's unbelievable. She looks like the real deal. It's like
she could
wild.
be in the parade. It was so good.
Yeah, truly.
But I think the first year we didn't go in costume, and we were definitely in the minority not wearing costumes. I thought we did costumes when we went with Genevieve as a baby. But it was
I know
just
she
basic.
did. We put her in Snow White. Oh yeah, I think I was kind of almost like Minnie Mouse, but it was low key.
And I had my Buzz Lightyear shirt on, so it wasn't like a real costume, but it was costume-ish.
Esque.
Yeah, but definitely people dress up. So if you want to, this
is the time.
Yeah.
But so when you walk in, the one question I know that we got on Instagram, and we'll answer some more questions towards the end, is how, if people are already there from the day, how is Disney kicking people out for the party, for the people that have paid for the party? Because if you were in Magic Kingdom in the morning because you just had a regular, park ticket, you can't just stay through. So you, at 7 p.m., you are kicked out. So the way they're able to tell is they give you a wristband when you come in for the party. So then they can pretty quickly see, if you don't have a wristband, they'll shepherd you out-ish. Yeah. I've never really seen anything I feel like most people just get it. But especially the time they really can get people out of there is when you're waiting in line for a ride. You can't get in line for a ride without showing the wristband on.
Yeah. So that makes it pretty easy. If even if you tried to stay in, you can't really do anything. And I feel like pretty quickly they're able to just say, okay, if you're not staying for the party, please exit this way, and they'll they'll make sure you're out of there.
Yeah, eventually. But you get a map of the event. So I had kind of pulled up this year's map and helped make sure I didn't miss any changes. But it's really helpful because it shows if you're planning on trick-or-treating during it, it shows you where those spots are. I think it even shows obviously the rides, but that, it's a regular park map. And it even shows you where character greetings are as well. So that's kind of helpful to guide you through. Because even as someone that we know it really well, we're usually still kind of looking at the map okay, where is this? Just to make sure.
Yeah. Where is this specific character meet and greet?
Yeah.
Where is the trick-or-treating taking place? All that kind of stuff. They do have in front of all the trick-or-treating areas these blow up trick-or-treating things, and it says trick-or-treating on it, and it's bright orange and it's lit up, so you can see those pretty easily. So as you're walking, you would just see it. But if you wanted to go specifically to an area, you could also use the map.
I think one of the things, because a lot of people were asking what is it, you go and is it just a parade, okay, and trick-or-treating? It's actually a lot more than that. And I think the first thing as you're walking in is you feel obviously the same Halloween decor and fall decor is up that was up during the day. But they really do, especially as the sun is going down, you feel the Halloween vibe. Like there's like purple and orange lighting absolutely everywhere. There's Halloween music playing throughout seemingly the entire park, at least most of it, especially in the main area. So I just feel like the vibes are different than during the day. And that is probably one of my top favorite things about it.
I remember when we first walked in, was it this last time? And they, like you said, they had already changed the colors of the lights in front of the castle and everything, and like the music had changed. It felt, and I feel like there was like a storm coming in. It was like the perfect weather for it. And I just remember being like, "Ooh, it feels like Halloween here." It was
that's so
good.
Cool. I'm really sad we're not gonna go to it this year.
Yeah,
we are going to the new Christmas party at Hollywood Studios later this year, and that I am very. What do they call it?
Jollywood. Yeah. That's going to be
genius.
Fun.
Anyway, so one thing we did, like if you have a stroller, just a fun little tip, we this year or last year put on, you can buy, I think I bought them on Amazon.
Oh, that's right.
Battery powered purple and orange lights that I just strung throughout. They were so fun. It was so cute. And it is dark out. It made it easier to find the stroller, like when we come out of rides or dance parties or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things that I've always wanted to do. And every time we go, I'm like, oh, I meant to bring that, or I should have brought that. That was fun. Yeah, I think we left it on for a day or two after that too, just at night because it was fun.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that was fun. So this last year, when we went in, so normally they would just kind of like everybody would go down Main Street and you'd be passing people on their way out. This year they used that little back entrance on the backside of water, the backside of Main Street, as the entrance. So we were going down there, and that's where we got our wristbands. We got our trick-or-treat bags. We got like basically
we might have gotten the wristbands when we first came in, but either way,
but we just walked around that back way to get the candy and that kind of stuff and get our bags, and that was sort of the entrance into it, and they had that all decorated too, so it was more of a separate entrance into the park as opposed to just going down Main Street.
Yeah, that was cool and different, and I feel like they've done a good job with that back alleyway at making it a little more less behind the scenes-esque and more like intentional. I mean, you can tell it's still behind the scenes, but you know what I mean? I feel like they've spruced it up a lot. Yeah. But yeah, and the bags they gave last year, I would assume the same this year, were usually it was just like plastic bags that you would throw away when you're done. These were like reusable bags. They were actually kind of nice. So I was like,
weirdly nice.
Yeah, I was like, I would have trick-or-treated around the neighborhood with this. Maybe a little small, but.
And man, you get so much candy.
Much, you guys.
If you brought a pillowcase, that pillowcase would be full of candy.
It's like good candy too.
Crazy. I remember the first year we went, you were teaching, and you brought home like half a suitcase full of candy for your students because it was just so much.
Yeah, I don't even know how I finagled that, but yeah. It was, I don't even think I don't even know if I was allowed to give it to my students, but I literally put a giant thing in the teacher's lounge, if I remember right.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. So yeah, if you want, and we didn't even have a kid then.
Yeah.
We didn't.
No, it was just
so I was like, that was just us as adults. They will give you so much candy. So, which is fun because again, you're paying a lot of money for it. And especially if you're bringing kids, they're so excited for the candy.
Get your money's worth out of that candy.
Actually, bang for your buck, man.
Man, they will grab like a handful and just toss it in. I remember we went to the little one at our like local zoo, and they're like, "All right, here's one sucker," and we're like,
I think we walked away from that thing with like 6 pieces of candy. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" But we used last year the Disney candy we brought home. We handed out at Halloween. That's right. Because I was like, I can't eat all. We can't eat all this.
Way too much.
It's great.
So one of my biggest reasons to go is that the lines are, for the most part, like walk on. Almost everything is open as far as rides go, and it is so quick to get on any ride. Like my brother and I walked on to Space Mountain. People Mover was a walk on. Like there's just so much that's open, and we just walked right on.
I know. And keeping in mind too, a lot of the rides are themed in some way just for the party. So I didn't ride Space Mountain. You and Jason did it together, but you were saying it was themed.
Kind of. They turned off all the lights, and there was
usually there's like lights, right? Like kind of.
But they turned up. It was completely pitch black, and they had like a different soundtrack. It was so cool. It was like this really deep bass and all that kind of stuff. It was, and you had no idea where you were going. It was so cool. I'm like, I want them to do that all the time.
Right? It's kind of like the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on Haunted Mansion. Like, I would like that year round, please.
Yeah, so
please
good.
And thank you. So another of the big reasons to go that it might be worth it for you is that there are so many characters just out and about. Then there's also a lot of planned character meet and greets. And a lot of these characters are ones that you don't typically see Some of them are, of course, more Halloween themed, like you can see Jack and Sally. I know that line gets crazy long. Yeah. So if you're wanting to meet them, or if you have a kid that's like dying to, get in line early. I was going to say early and often. No, get in line early, because that is like, that can be hours long. And you don't want to waste like your whole. And I think that line starts earlier too. Like a lot of the meet and greets aren't until like 7 when the party officially starts. That one I think starts at 4:30. So you can get in line at like 4.
Oh, see, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. I know the Seven Dwarfs are usually out, and that's a big one that the line will just get crazy long. But I'm like, I feel like my problem with that, I'm like, it's like you could kill the whole night just standing in line to see a couple characters. And
I bet that's why they made those popular ones start earlier, because then
it must be, because I mean, we're not big character meet and greet people, so but I'm like, it just seems like such a waste to me to spend that much to have like a picture taken with Jack and Sally. That just seems crazy to me.
But it would be cool to meet them.
It'd be cool, but I'm waiting like 15 minutes. That's all you get.
Yeah,
from
that's
me.
it. That's it.
That's all you get.
Another one that was popular was Elvis Stitch.
It's awesome.
And I think the idea of them, like, who thought, I know what we should do? And then they were all like, yes, because he was really popular. Like, a lot of people liked it. So I think he's back this year too.
I remember I always saw Jafar. He was always walking around. Who else? Like a lot of the villains.
A lot of villains. Yeah. The Queen of Hearts. That's a freaky one.
Oh, that's right.
I know, like, in the show, which we'll talk about the castle show in a minute, a lot of the villains come out for that, and like Frollo is one of them, and it's like, ooh, he really gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh, one that I saw recently, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That's right.
Outside of like the Alice in Wonderland, the teacups.
I remember seeing
what
them out
a
there.
rare sighting. So lots of rare characters, and not all of them. Some of them are just out and about, which makes it, I think, more fun. Anastasia and Drizella, actually, who are typically out and about just in Magic Kingdom. They're definitely out during the party too, typically. So a lot of character meet and greets, and Mickey and Minnie and Friends, you can meet them, and they're of course in all of their like
Halloween costume,
stuff. Yeah,
love that. Really, I have 2 favorite parts of this besides being able to walk on rides. That's always great, but the entertainment is, in my opinion, worth going alone, because the castle show and the parade are both. And there's a fireworks show on top of that. So, okay, let's start with the castle.
Yeah, I was like, where do we want to start? Okay.
So the castle show has what are their names?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. But what's their
Winifred.
Sanderson sisters.
Okay, I was gonna go through them. Yes, Sanderson sisters.
That is so exciting to see them come out. It should not be that exciting, but it is. And they walk out and they do their whole like walk-in thing.
Oh my gosh.
It is so good. And so I always thought it was a recording, but you were saying it's
I think they're live singing.
And I think somebody else confirmed that. Like, it's like, oh, somebody's like, oh, my friend was in that show, and it is live singing.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, because one of them sings like I Put a Spell on You and that kind of stuff. They're so good.
How can they find that good of singers that also look like those characters? Like, that's got to be a little bit hard to find. So 12 out of 10, that is maybe my favorite. And you guys know I love the normal castle show. I think the Hocus Pocus one is the best.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And then Jack Skellington's in it.
No, I don't know if he comes out. He's in the fireworks one.
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah,
he's okay.
He's the host of that one.
I always get those confused. The fireworks show and the castle show. I don't know who's in what, but they're both really good. We've seen them both, but they're both...
They start to run together.
They have all these characters come out in both of them, and like you said, it's all these sort of random villains and stuff like that you don't see very often. But oh my gosh. Who's the... from Princess and the Frog?
Dr. Facilier.
He is the main person for one of the two shows.
The only thing that's in the fireworks show is Jack Skellington. The rest is all projections and fireworks.
So he's just in the fireworks, and then all the rest of them are in the other one?
Is in the castle show. If I'm remembering right, and I had to double check that today because, again, it's been a minute. But
yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, so...
Okay, that makes sense. So he, introduces the fireworks, and that's
Jack
all.
Skellington.
And then everyone else is in there. Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, doesn't matter. Watch them both. They're both so cool.
So good. You guys, so good. I feel like fireworks for me used to be like the end-all be-all at Disney because they are so good. But then when they start adding these shows where they're like full-on live Broadway-style productions in front of the castle and they have nothing to do with fireworks, I think they have some things they do, and it's better, is amazing. And then the parade is also better. Like if I were ranking the 3 big entertainment things, I think we'd go Hocus Pocus show, parade, which we'll talk about, then the fireworks. Gosh, I barely remember the fireworks because the other things were so good.
And
the fireworks were really good.
The other 2 shows are so good.
Yeah, they stand out.
Well, and if you remember in our last episode, we both picked Boo to You as our favorite parade. And so
there you go.
We obviously are a little bit obsessed
fans.
with that. It is so good. We just talked about this last episode, so we don't have to go into it super, super detailed, but every single thing about that parade, like every single one comes out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this one, and it comes up and I'm like, it's so good. The shovels with the Haunted Mansion guys, the hitchhiking ghosts, the
skeleton band. I love that one too. That one's underrated. But also the bride from Haunted Mansion that like rolls around is so creepy. Oh, it's so creepy. And I still don't fully understand how they do that. The
so
other
good.
thing, yeah, the Gravediggers with the sparks that they're doing with the dance with the shovels is might be one of my, I want to say it's maybe my favorite. We were talking about favorite parts last time, I think, too.
Yeah.
But they did add Clarabelle, Minnie, and Daisy Duck as the Sanderson sisters on a float.
Yeah.
And that makes me so happy. I remember we saw them on the Halloween on the High Seas cruise we did. And that was the first time I'd seen them in those costumes. And they're incredible.
We still have not seen Hocus Pocus 2. We need to do
that.
Well,
now it got too late. And then once Halloween was over, so we're waiting until October to actually watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we haven't. Because we were literally there where they were filming a lot of it in Newport.
Yeah.
Where my brother used to live. And it's crazy that we still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So for the parade, there's 2 showtimes. So definitely less crowd for the second showtime because it is later. I think it's like 11-ish p.m. somewhere in there. So, you know, if you wanted less crowds, I would say wait and see that later. Plus, it's even darker. I mean, it's already dark by the first showtime, but, you know.
Yeah. I do think, we like saw the part of the first one, but we weren't super concerned with watching it because we knew we were going to see the second one. You know, we were going to be closer and actually watch it. So if you're there, watch a part of the first one, but go to the second one. Also,
you know, we're talking about a lot of the like spooky things we like, but thinking of young kids, because like that's what we've brought the last 2 times. They have a lot of like they have Vanellope on her little candy thing from Wreck-It Ralph. They have Tinkerbell, a big pirates area of the parade. Lots of kid-friendly things. Like there's the Winnie the Pooh characters, tons. So we obviously fixate on the ones we like that are like spooky, but there's a lot of kid-friendly stuff. We haven't even talked about
is one of the best parts of the whole parade. The Headless Horseman.
Oh my gosh!
At the beginning, it's so cool. He rides through the whole thing, and he does it like a minute or 2 before the parade even starts, and he just goes through. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
What a cool thing!
It is so cool.
It really is. Oh man, just book a flight tomorrow. Come on.
I know, and the villains doing their thing at the
all
end.
The villains. Okay. So obviously we love the parade. Highly recommend. If you do not miss it, please do not miss it. I don't think you really can, but
and if you're not going, look it up on YouTube. Boost to You Parade and just watch it.
It'll give you all the vibes.
I love the song.
Oh, I know. It gets stuck in your head though.
It gets stuck in your head, and we know people that hate the song. I personally love it though.
I do too. Okay, so they have a lot of kind of, I'm going to call it street atmosphere, like entertainment. The Cadaver Dans typically perform in Frontierland, and so they're singing. I feel like sometimes it's Halloween-y songs, sometimes it's just like regular songs, but they are dressed as though they're
cadavers.
Yeah, exactly. The Cadaver Dans.
Yeah, I have a couple.
So it's the Dapper Dans, if you didn't know. I think most of you guys.
They've been like up on the like bridge up there. They've been on the ground. They've been in a few different places, but I think it's always in Frontierland.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a cool, again, what a smart way to take something they already do and just twist it into a cool Halloween thing. I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry. One new thing I learned about, and I don't remember this last year. Do you remember there being like live music over by pirates?
No.
So maybe it is new. It was called the Rusty Cutlass, and it said it's like a band or whatever playing near the pirates area. My guess is they would be dressed as pirates. No. I don't remember that, but doesn't that sound cool?
There's that little stage over there where Jack Sparrow will like meet. I wonder if that's where they are.
Probably,
but
right?
I know they weren't there last year because you all went on Pirates, but I think Felicity had fallen asleep, so I was walking around that area.
That's right.
And at least when I was doing that, there was no band playing over there.
Yeah, I think you're right. So maybe it was new.
Yeah.
But speaking of pirates,
I'm so jealous about this.
So I was jealous that you went on Space Mountain because while I was with the girls and you rode that, I got to ride Pirates with probably Jason, I would guess, your brother.
I think everybody went except me and Felicity.
Your mom might have already left by then. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, they had live actors inside Pirates of the Caribbean just being pirates. And it was so I don't even think we knew going in. So we were like, what in the world's going on? And we're looking up, and over the bridge, sure enough, there's 2 actors talking about how they're going to steal our boat and then he's going to steal their boat. And I just was flabbergasted. And it turns out it's a thing, and they're still doing it this year. So that was such a cool, again, something they already have the ride.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult to make this little switch, but it was, now I'm like, now I want it year round.
Gosh, yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. You came off and you told me, I was like, what? That's so cool. I want to be the pirate.
Right.
So good. So yeah, this is another one I didn't see, but you saw was Max.
Yeah, I had been changing Felicity's diaper over by where they just came out over by the baby changing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Baby care center. And they were walking to Main Street and it was Max dressed as Powerline from Goofy Movie. A Goofy Movie. Or is it the Goofy Movie? It doesn't matter.
A Goofy.
Right? I feel like it's but then I'm doubting everything I've ever known. They did like this little like pre-parade show where he's singing Powerline's song and then there's like dancers with him. And it was so much fun and so random. I'm like, who is this for? But I love it.
It's for us.
It's for us. I was going to say.
Loved it.
Because no little kid generally knew who it was.
Yeah.
So it was just such a random little blip of time, but it was so neat. And I don't know if I think
it's
they're
for
still
all the
doing it.
25 to 45-year-olds. That's why they do the Hocus Pocus. That's why they do Powerline. That's why they do all.
That's right.
For
and
us.
you know what?
It's for us.
It is for us, and we're loving it. We're eating it up.
So for little kids, though, they have the Disney Junior Dance Party area, and they have who all did we see? We saw Timon and
Vampirina, Fancy Nancy.
Yeah, but there was a couple
Doc
others.
McStuffins.
And they were all like in their own Halloween costumes, weren't they? Or were they? No, they were. Just
I think they were
like
just
normal.
in their reggies.
But then it was like just a dance party back there, and we
Mm-hmm.
went over there, and there was some out there, and we were there for like the tail end of it, and then those characters left, and we were about to leave, and then we saw Vampirina and Doc McStuffins, I think, coming out, and Fancy Nancy. As we were about to leave, and we're like, so then we turned around and went back, and we were the only ones there for a little bit because, like I said, the party kind of stopped for 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was so magical. All these Disney Junior characters were dancing essentially just with Genevieve.
Yeah, because for a while she was the only one back there. And her eyes were hearts. She just could not believe. So we were all dancing. I think they've moved that party. So that was back in Storybook Circus.
Yes,
I think it's now in Cosmic Rays. Can you picture that?
I feel like it... Okay, so hold on.
Odd,
they
huh?
used to do the Disney Villains dance party or whatever in the Diamond Horseshoe.
Yeah, I remember going to that. That was
Do they
weird.
not do that anymore?
I don't think so. The only other show, so I think they must adjust it every year, and I think they're trying to figure out what works best. I'm surprised they're not doing it still in Storybook Circus because the room was, the area, I should say, was perfect for it. It was set up perfectly for the DJ playing all the music, which was really fun. But now, on the literal guide, it says it's in Cosmic Rays.
There was something else in Cosmic Rays last year because I remember walking by it. Maybe that's where they did the villains last year. I remember walking by it and seeing, it's like a dance party or something in there. But I wonder if that.
Well, they had like this Zombies thing where it was like Zombies 7 or whatever movie just came out, and they have that again, and that's going to be in the Tomorrowland like area. So it's been shuffled around, and I find that interesting, like zombies and stuff. That's Halloween. But I'm like, how many kids like even know who these characters are? Because
the Disney Channel show, right? Like that?
Something like that. But it's maybe a movie, like a Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, it's a movie. Okay.
Right? Wait a minute. Is Halloween Town Disney Channel original? Why aren't they leaning into that?
I think it's on Disney Plus now, but I don't know if it's a Disney original or not.
We'll have to look, because that's one I watch every year. I'm like, man, they should lean into that. Even if they just had some decor that's Halloween Town-esque.
That one is so bad, it's good.
Oh, exactly.
It's terrible.
All right. Well, we focused way too long, but generally there's really fun dance parties with characters. We tried to get signatures while she was dancing. Like, I went and got the book, and the cast member was like, they're not signing. I'm like, okay, fine.
I tried. It's funny.
Yeah, I tried like twice.
I couldn't dance very much because my pants kept falling down. So
belly button in the breeze.
I'm not getting kicked out of Magic Kingdom for my pants falling down. Not again. Okay, so the Monsters Inc. lab floor. I just thought this was a trick-or-treat area, but you were saying there's something else?
It is, but do you recall they are live improving, like how they do the show and they're like making fun of people in the audience? They do that during the trick-or-treating. And so a lot of people will just sit in there. I remember there were people back there just sitting, like eating their candy and just watching them people get made fun of. It was so cool. So that is going on for sure this year. And it's like, if you don't go to all the trick-or-treat spots, make sure you go to the Monsters Inc. one, because that was cool. Just what a fun thing.
Yeah. See, I vaguely remember that, but we were walking through pretty quickly. Now I want to do that again. And
I know.
Just
sit and stay. Get a coffee and hang out. Oh, so Mad Tea Party, they do like really fun lights and different music in there as well.
Okay.
The vibe in that area right there is always, I remember that being really cool because of the light change. I had to look up. I know you're forgetting a lot of it. I was looking a lot of the stuff up this morning, so it's the only reason it's fresher in my mind.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I think, did I ride that with Gigi this time? Was that the time she was proud of me for not getting sick?
I think maybe, yeah.
Feeling sick just thinking about it. But another thing that's cool is that outside of Haunted Mansion, they'll have some of the ghosts come out and chat and interact with you while you're waiting in line. And that is really cool. Again, I'm like, I wish they'd do that year round.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So they also do a lot of party specific merchandise. So obviously I'm wearing my Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party t-shirt. I'm pretty sure we got this mug during the one as well. They have this huge Mickey Mouse like ceramic, I think it's like a candy dish. Mm-hmm. And I want it so badly, but I'm like, I am not flying with this, and I don't want to ship it home. So I obviously don't want it that badly. But every time I see it, it's like this big, and I'm like,
and it's like the mouth open.
I feel like my grandparents. It's something my grandparents would have had, like my grandma would have had, and I just.
You know what I saw someone use it as? Keurig cup holder. Instead of putting candy or cookies in it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
It's really cool.
But I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. But I really want it.
I wonder if it's still available. Maybe we just. Get one of those like 30% off coupons and
pay for shipping. Be done with it. It's so cool.
We'll see. Maybe.
But what else do they have? That's
they do some like magic shots. So if you do like PhotoPass stuff, they have ones where I want to say there's like Haunted Mansion characters that might appear in your picture. Those kinds of things. So if you're into that, and then of course they just have really pretty areas set up with pumpkins that you can just get your picture with, and it's just kind of cool. It's got all the vibes. And never forget that with PhotoPass photographers, you can also ask them to take a picture with your phone.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something we used to be really good about, but with our annual pass, I think we have the...
Well, it used to come with the PhotoPass, and now we pay for it extra because it's just nice. It's
hard to get
often enough.
Whole family photos with the kids, so that's nice.
It's worth it for us, but I was mad when they stopped just including that in the thing. Yeah, they're like, we're going to raise the price and also give you less.
So another thing they do is like specialty party treats and stuff. So this year they have the Sally Pop. It says where it is. So the popcorn cart near City Hall. It's a yellow cake pop. This is just going to make me hungry. A yellow cake pop with raspberry filling topped with a Sally chocolate piece. Gigi would love that.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Zombie fingers at Cosmic Rays. Ooh. It's an almond cookie finger, key lime pie, white chocolate ganache, salted caramel, crisp pearls, and sugar eyes.
Sugar eyes! And then I'm going to butcher the spelling, char siu, chicken wings, and Sleepy Hollow.
Char siu?
Oh, I don't know. And my contact's like blurry right now, so I'm trying to... S-I-U. Well, anyway, that looks really good. And then buffalo chicken hand pie. The Friar's Nook. That's just making me think of Sweeney Todd.
That's exactly what I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, but hold on. Buffalo chicken hand pie with spicy ranch drizzle and blue cheese powder. Blue cheese powder?
Ooh.
That sounds really good, though.
Also, I'm just looking here. It has event merchandise here listed on the thing, and it does say, it looks like this almost exact same shirt. Very similar anyway. They have now in a Spirit jersey.
Ooh, and then if they have a really cool mug. I am a sucker for Halloween and Christmas mugs. I mean, I'm a sucker for coffee mugs either way, obviously. But, like, that one's real cute.
Yeah, I know. That's the Halloween mugs. That's usually my favorite mug switch out we do every year is the Halloween one. We have some good Halloween ones. We'll have to, over the next couple episodes, get out a couple more because it'll still be spooky season.
Spooky season. Also, if you need allergy-friendly treats, you get, like, a teal bag at the beginning when you're getting your bag. And at different trick-or-treating ones, they'll just give you a token, and you can take all of your tokens to wherever they do the allergy-friendly options, and you can pick them up there. I was kind of surprised they didn't just have them at each one, but I'm like, well, there are a lot of stops, so I guess that must just be the best way to do it. But I'm like, kind of takes the fun away from the kids that are like, maybe they'd be excited to get a token. I don't know. Gigi would be probably.
Yeah.
So, but that's cool that they have that option at least. That's nice.
One thing that you brought up, which in our little notes here, which I think is a great idea. I wouldn't have thought of this. It says, do your candy towards the end. If you don't have like a stroller, because we could just put our candy in the stroller, but if you're going to carry it around, do it towards the end of the night. That way you don't have to carry it around.
Because what are you doing with your candy bag when you go on a ride? You're sticking it in the thing and hoping the candy doesn't just fly everywhere on Big Thunder Mountain.
Smart.
Like, there's no locker. I mean, I guess unless you rent one at the beginning. So yeah, because again, they're not going to run out of candy. So I would say wait till the end. You can hit some up and just know you're going to get plenty of candy.
Yeah.
So going through our best tips, that's one of them. Another one we mentioned, get there early. get there as early as 4 p.m. So I would get there even earlier than that and just wait. One thing that I think was a mistake we made this time, we didn't eat before the actual party started at 7 p.m. So we ended up sucking up like 45 minutes of the party eating at, I think we had Pecos Bills.
Yeah.
Now, it was delicious, and I am clearly hungry. That's all I can think about is food right now.
Yeah.
But try to eat maybe when you first get there, eat somewhere, maybe even make a reservation, whatever, or eat before you come at all. But I guess if you're eating at like 2 p.m., you'd be really hungry by midnight.
Yeah, but maybe just eat between 4 and 7.
Yeah.
So that way you're not, and then just snack throughout the night or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we did ask on our social media on Instagram,
which is Disneyville Podcast, at Disneyville Podcast. That's at Disneyville Podcast to you. Did you see how I did it, by the way?
No.
So if you didn't see it, which of course now it's been a week since we asked, I did it as a haunted mansion. I don't know how well you'd be able to see. Yeah. I was hoping it would change my voice. It did not. But anyway, I'm Madame Leota in it. Who knew they had that? So first thing, let's go through what questions you guys might have had. First question I'm seeing, is it worth it for the littles age 5 and 1? Okay, well, we've done nearly exactly that. I would say
the 5-year-old, 100%. And
the 1-year-old,
it'll be free. The 1-year-old's free anyway, so may as well. And then the
5-year-old will love it.
Love it.
They'll love the dance parties, the characters everywhere, the lights, the decorations, the maybe get them a fun snack, the parade, the fireworks, the castle show. Like, even if they rode no rides, which that's the other thing. A lot of those little kid rides that you don't want to wait in line for, like Peter Pan's Flight, are so much shorter. So I would say 100%.
Yeah, I would
because
too.
you can really get your money's worth there. So many people asking if it's worth the money. Obviously, that's hard because we all have different views of like, I mean, even within the travel, like some people don't feel that travel is worth paying for, and others do value travel in their life. So that, but I guess anyone that's watching this, you probably plan to go to Disney or have been to Disney, so you kind of are in this world maybe. I will say, anytime we bought tickets for, like we were just buying tickets for the Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios, even that, I was like,
it adds up
expensive.
So quickly.
It does. And so it hurts to buy the tickets. But when, like for this party, for example, when we're there, it is so amazing. And the memories are so wildly different than our normal Disney memories. And it's so memorable that I want to say, yes, it is. I hate to say it because I don't want Disney. I know they're not watching, but please lower the price. It's so expensive. Yeah, but is it worth the money? Like, do I feel like you get your money's worth? I say yes.
And it depends too
entertainment, ride short time.
Are you getting there at 4? Are you taking advantage of all the things? Are you seeing all the things? Are you getting, I mean, you almost have to sort of make it a point to get your money's worth without stressing yourself out to the point where it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can stay the whole time all the way to the very end, I mean.
Or even most of it. I think we didn't even stay till midnight with the girls. I think they were asleep and we kind of rolled them out around 11.
But if you are a Halloween fan too, if you're a big Halloween person, then obviously it's gonna be worth it. But if you're not a big Halloween person, then maybe it's not, you know?
Right. So I like this question. To kind of break it down really simply, they asked, what's your ideal agenda for the Halloween party? I would say get there at 3:30, wait in line. If you want to meet Jack and Sally, get in line right away. After that, eat a nice full meal, get a nice coffee, walk around and just look at all the things. The lines will start to get a little shorter, but again, until 7, when everyone's kicked out, basically, they won't be. So I would say walk around, see if you want to get in line for 7 Dwarfs or anything like that, like as in to meet the characters. And maybe look at the merchandise, purchase some merchandise then if you want. And then I would say wait on the trick-or-treating unless you have younger kids and a stroller. Go as people are leaving. I would say go ride some of the rides while you can. Then watch the Hocus Pocus show so you don't miss it. Then I would say ride some more rides, then trick-or-treat. Watch the late parade. And then I think the fireworks would be before that. So fireworks, then the late parade. Maybe get some more candy if you haven't yet. Ride another ride or 2. That's pretty good. And amidst that, you maybe saw the Space Mountain or the Mad Tea Party overlay. Maybe you went and rode Pirates and saw the live characters. Maybe you saw some of the Streetmosphere, like the Cadaver Dans. I feel like it's easy to kind of do most of it.
Yeah, I think so
too. It's not that wild to like, I didn't feel like it was that hard to like maneuver and make sure we did most of it.
Yeah.
Without a lot of pre-planning.
Because we had enough time it's enough time from the time the party starts to the end to be able to see everything, especially because the big things are done more than once. I just think that without even stressing out that much, you can tackle pretty much everything.
Now, if you were trying to squeeze in like every ride in addition to everything, that might make it really tricky. But
or if you're going to stand in line for 2 hours to see, a character or something like that. So we also asked some of your favorite memories, and a couple here. So LV_2.0 said, I was just there 2 days ago and I love the stage show. Winifred is just chef's kiss.
Yes.
And then this made me laugh. Allie KB said, Boo to You Parade, closely followed by the chaos of a blacked out space mountain. The chaos of it. I love that.
Okay, I love this. Cara Exandria said, the joy of reliving trick-or-treating. I think for the grown-ups that are listening, whether you have a kid or not, there is something really cool about, because again, our first time going was with no kids, and we had so much fun going through and getting all that candy. And I'm like, it's a lot more socially acceptable to be trick-or-treating there, of course, than it is to like go around your neighborhood just as an adult dressed up trick-or-treating, So it's cool to be able to do that with no qualms, and it really does feel like it does give you all the childhood vibes.
Fighting for a Cure said, I went one year and went home with 6.5 pounds of candy. My students were thrilled.
I bet.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, a lot of you guys are sending the pictures of you meeting Jack and Sally, and it does look really cool. Like seeing this, I'm like, oh, maybe we do that next time. So many of you guys love the Boo to You parade. It's such a good parade. You guys know that. But yeah, Arlena, we know Arlena. She said the rare character meet and greets, the dance parties, and of course the parade. It's hard to pick one, isn't it? But yeah, I think the rare characters being out and about, just it's cool because I feel like you like round a corner and you're like, oh my gosh, there's the Queen of Hearts. Like,
And so many people are just like the parade. Like, it's worth seeing the parade twice. It's like the parade, hands down. People just keep bringing up like different things in it. The Haunted Mansion dancers, the sparks from the shovels. Like, everyone is bringing up different things about the parade.
Yeah. I was so excited to film this episode. It just we need to get our Halloween decor out is what needs to happen.
And I'm starting to get into that Halloween mindset.
Did this do the trick for you?
A little bit.
Okay. I'm pretty excited. We were looking at, again, it's September 12th that we're filming this. We were looking at what tickets are available. And they're like none for September left, which that kind of makes sense. But October, at least as of today, had like half the dates still open. Who knows by the time you're seeing this, if you were going and thinking about getting tickets, I would definitely look now, see what's still left. But I just love it. It goes through November 1st. So if you just want that last extra day of Halloween magic, you get one more, and then they switch it overnight to Christmas, baby.
Well, obviously we love it because we've done it 3 times now.
Do you have any favorite memories? The Disney Junior dance party.
The dance party, that was probably mine. It was just so good. Too.
It was hard to top that because it was so magical and it felt so one-on-one because there was like no one there and.
It's like a private party we had for a little while.
Yeah, and the DJ was really fun. He was spinning all the tunes.
Yeah.
I think there were Spice Girls going on, Backstreet Boys. I was like, yep, you guys are playing this just for us. The kids don't care.
Yeah.
They're just dancing or whatever, but we were loving it. Anyway.
All right. Well, I hope you guys, hopefully that was at least somewhat informational there.
And fun.
And we, we got to get into spooky season.
Why you keep doing that?
Because I saw right before we started this, somebody.
SZN,
somebody. Yeah. And I was like, that's funny.
You liked it. You locked it in that brain of yours. Anyway, well, thank you guys for watching. We always read a rating.
Oh, yeah. Here, you go ahead and pull one up.
So Burn679 said, medicinal for the Disney blues. I totally get that. This podcast is something special. Being a big Disney fan, this podcast provides such a welcoming, inclusive feeling when I don't have anyone to share this passion with. I feel you, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we are the weirdos. Like, none of our close friends here in town, but some of them are into it, but not like this. No. Not like we are. So I totally get that. Jessica and Tyler have such fun, positive personalities and truly are so entertaining along with their extensive knowledge. I can't wait for more. Thank you so much. What a nice,
love that.
Very nice rating, review, whatever you call it. We always appreciate it. So please feel free to rate us. As we always joke, only nice things. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks for listening.
We were your ghost hosts for today. We never even said our names. I'm Jessica. What's up?
Sup?
Tyler. What's up? My name's Chet.
All right. See you guys next
time.
Bye.